You guys have got an important job tomorrow. Don't want you being ill for it.
Okay, we'll do the usual split we have done this week. So the first half will be for broadcast, and we'll split for a 10 PM embargo.
Is there a player as well?
Yeah, there'll be a
How's it going? Yeah, good, thank you.
Go to his captain's job.
She's trying to get in all your foot pictures, and then there's me scratching my eye. I'm scratching my eye as well. Yeah. Hello.
Mike, just how dangerous an opponent are Fiji?
I think it's fairly widely known about how dangerous they can be, probably through their sevens background to start with, but they've got players all over the pitch, and usually you talk about the flair of a backline and what have you, but I tell you, some of these their forwards, they're as good as the backs. Your Nakarawas, your Yatos, some really explosive, exciting players we've got there, so lots of people we've got to keep our eyes on.
Would it still be a big shock if they were to get a win here tomorrow?
Interesting question. I think, obviously they beat us 18 months ago in is it Suva or Nandi? Suva. So I think they'll be confident of their chances. We've moved on a bit since then, and so are they. But like all internationals, we're aware that we'll need to be at the top of our game to win the games.
So when you've got a full house like you're going to have tomorrow, how much expectation falls upon you? See, like last year, the Samoa game, maybe it wasn't one of the bigger atmospheres because there's an expectation against not one of the biggest teams in the world that Scotland are going to go out and get the win. How do the guys have to deal with that kind of the idea that Scotland should be on top of a game like this?
I think it's something that we've talked about and has been brought to our attention in the past about when you're either perceived favourites for the game and how you handle that tag. And I think for me, what's really important is your performance. Like if you play well, you're going to score tries, you're going to score points. Against Samoa, we started the game really well, put lots of pressure on them, but then almost seemed like we went a little bit comfortable, and Samoa came right back into the game. Remember, about 50 minutes that I think they had an opportunity to bring it within a score or something. So what's really important for us is our performance, keeping on top of the Fijians, imposing our own game on them.
What needs to be tightened up? What's there been specific focus on from the Wales game that needs to be worked on ahead of tomorrow?
Yeah, we talked about opportunities that we created against Wales that we didn't take, whether that's through a lack of accuracy or communication or patience. So when we get into that finish zone, into the 22, taking the chances that we've got. So that's been a good focus of ours. Obviously there's been a fair change in personnel as well, so just getting combinations together and getting a bit of rhythm in our attack.
Greg and Finn come in at half back. Certainly when Finn agreed his move to France, Gregor had said it's not ideal for players to be moving outside of Scotland and out with your control, but how pleasing has it been for the management to see how those guys, Finn in particular, are faring in France, and do you think you've seen improvement in him as a player?
Yeah, I think Finn's had a great start to the season. I think he's enjoying himself, and when Finn's enjoying himself, that brings out his best rugby. So, Racing have been pretty good with him as well in terms of when he's been able to come in and work with us. So that's been great as well. But it is good. You want to have your as many of your Scottish players as you can playing in Scotland. But if you've got 5 standoffs all playing in Scotland, then they're not all going to be getting regular rugby. So as we've seen, Finn's gone and doing a really good job at Racing. That's opened up an opportunity for Adam as well at Glasgow to get starts as well. So there's a good balance to it.
He seems to have found a home at Claremont. He's settled in there really well, and I guess that's good news for you guys as well.
It's brilliant. He's done really well there. I think I had a season playing in France, and it's probably only near the end of the year that I started to feel comfortable with the language, the the different personalities within French rugby, and Greg's picked that up really quickly, and he was right into that in a couple of months, and I think he's the first foreign signing to be captain of Clermont his first year, something like that. So he's obviously really respected there, and he's done a great job, and him coming back into the squad and captaining the team, it will give the squad a good boost.
In terms of Finn, have you seen him add anything to his game since moving over to France? Has he developed it in any way that
I think he's had a good balance to his game. I think in France you typically kick a little bit more than you'd imagine. You think of the French league and you think, oh, they'll throw it around from anywhere, but there's potentially a little bit more structure there. So he's had to manage games, but he's had other games where he's played a lot more. So that game management thing, they put a lot of onus, as we do here, but a lot of pressure and onus in the 9 and 10 in France to deal with those areas, and he's done that well.
His profile seems to be growing sort of week on week, with you see Twitter clips of him throwing these crazy passes and all that. I mean, do you think that's something he thrives on, having that focus, that spotlight on him a bit more?
I think he enjoys it. I think the first time I kind of got to know him a little bit was that clip of him doing that dance when someone scored against Georgia, was it? So he obviously enjoys the spotlight, and as I said earlier, like when he's enjoying himself, that's when he's playing his best rugby. That's when he's confident. So to see that from him in training and games for Racing's going to be a positive for us.
You've been in camp for a couple of weeks now. You've obviously got the World Cup at the end of this 12-month cycle. Have you noticed already that guys are starting to have that as a target, and have you noticed any sort of increase in the tempo or anything like training?
I don't think so as a result of World Cup being a year off. I think there's always an increase in tempo from club rugby to international rugby, and we want to play a fast game as well. So it probably will be a little bit different from what guys have experienced at their clubs, but no, we enjoy the tempo, we enjoy the speed, and we want guys to get in line with that, and they're enjoying it.
Thanks guys, we're going to swap over to 10 PM.